Sometimes after a show, I'd invite Gene to my room and we'd sit there with a quart of milk and some Twinkies or ring dings and we'd watch cartoons together. He was the only other guy I knew who drank his milk with ice cubes in it. But when he started that fucking power tripping game, playing shit with Paul, I had to resort to my street bravado. If they tried to bulldoze me or push me around, I'd go Peter Criscuolin on them. Do that again and I'll break the table over your fucking head, I'd threaten. I put up a tough front, but deep down I was a soft dude. It's easy to hurt me if you know how, and I usually let people know how. That was always my problem. When I do let someone get close to me, I'll tell them all of my business, all my problems, my whole life story. And it is definitely bad to open yourself up to people who are Machiavellian enough to use that information against you and push your buttons. So whenever I showed my sensitive side, Gene and Paul were there to jab at the heart I had just exposed. Underneath the makeup, we all really knew each other. But somewhere along the line, as we got more popular, we lost our compasses. The magnificent journey became just a job and then a nightmare for both Ace and me. The myth of early Kiss was that there were two groups within the group. There was the Gene and Paul group, the sane, straight, level-headed members who shunned booze and drugs and who propelled the band forward with their business. Human. Then there was the Peter and Ace group, the wild and crazy musically creative guys. We would have business meetings and I would, in my usually crude way, seek to debunk that myth. I would actually be sober at these meetings and proceed to explain that the emperors had no clothes. I drink and drug, Ace drinks and drugs, Bill drinks and drugs, Sean drinks and drugs, so naturally Gene and Paul's way is the right way. One of these fuckfaces is sitting here throughout the whole meeting drawing huge, anatomically correct dicks. This other fuckface, all he can think about is getting the fuck out of here and getting laid. And their way is the highway that we all should travel on. Like we didn't get on this road because Ace and I were bad boys. I'm so fed up with you hypocritical motherfuckers. So this was the state of our union when Alive went gold, and then platinum, and propelled us to stardom. Once we finally put out an album that truly reflected the majesty of our live shows, the walls came tumbling down and the stadiums opened up for us. For good reason. As far as I was concerned, we were the best show on the fucking planet. My band would give you every last penny's worth of your ticket price. We had a guy eating fire, the guy levitating into the air, the guitar that shot rockets, and a front man as good as the best of them. It was literally a rock and roll circus. And who could resist the circus? Halfway through the Alive tour, we were informed that we would be rich beyond our dreams. All I ever wanted was a gold record on my wall and a nice living. Maybe sign a couple of autographs when I went out to eat with Lydia. I had no idea that we would become bigger than life itself. I was thrilled for Bill. We signed a new deal with Casablanca and we got a lump, some payment as an advance. Bill had invested so much time and effort, maxing out his Amex card to make us stars, that he couldn't pay his rent and had to rely on friends to eat. And now he was sitting in his office, staring at a check from Neil for $2 million. One of the first things Bill did was move out of the offices he had shared with some business partners for years and rent a magnificent new office for $70K a month. Then he told Lydia and me to move to Manhattan. Our dream had always been to live in a brownstone in the city, so Sean took Lydia out in a limo one day and they found a cute little brownstone on 30th Street, complete with a spiral staircase and a fireplace. We put that first gold album over the fireplace in the living room. Then I went out and bought myself a chocolate, brown Camaro. For her part, Lydia was ecstatic. She had paid her dues, too, working all those years at Abercrombie and Fitch, paying all the bills. Now she could quit her job. Kiss Mania was just starting. We had our first smash single off Alive, Rock and Roll all night. We did rock and roll all night and party every day for many, many years to follow. And it almost killed me. Delivered right to your door. He smiled. At that point one seemed like enough for me, so I picked out a cute redhead. Jean went for a blonde who went on to become a Playboy centerfold. Years later, I saw her naked in a hotel hallway, riding Jean on her back while he slapped her ass. I spent a wonderful night with my redhead. So nice that many, many years later, when we were back in Vegas, I asked about her. A bartender told me that she jumped out of one of the top floors of a hotel because she had been so depressed with the Vegas lifestyle. I thought to myself, no kidding. You're up there trying to make a buck dancing and there's some asshole in the audience pointing and saying, I want to fuck that one. And this poor girl gets off work and some guy goes, you can't leave. You have to go up to room 675 and suck that guy's dick. I'd kill myself, too. But we didn't even have to go through such an elaborate procedure to get chicks. Early on after we started hitting the road, we realized that no matter what town we played,